is Emily Buck, Director of Communications for the TWRA, and I'm here today with another friend.
Yes, hi, I'm Caroline Hageman, and I'm with the Tennessee Wildlife Federation, and today we're going to be cooking some fresh fish.
One of the things that I always hear from my friends is that, oh, my husband or my significant other goes out hunting and fishing. They don't know what to do with the meat that comes back and is hanging out in their freezer. And trout is such a beautiful product, so we're gonna get started here today with one of my favorite preparations, which is stuffed with leek, garlic, shallots, and then wrapped up in bacon, because you can never go wrong with too much bacon, right?
I think everyone loves bacon.
Everybody loves bacon.
And I think it's the perfect way to kind of top off the dish too.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
So we do have a few things prepared here for us already, but one of the things we wanted to highlight was this leek preparation. I know a lot of folks aren't familiar with leeks. It's actually just a type of onion. It's a little French, so maybe we're getting a little fancy here today. But what you're targeting here with the leek preparation is the bottom part, the bulb part of this onion. So we're gonna start by cutting off the roots here.
Got you.
And then we're just gonna give it a chop, chop, chop. Now, one of the things you have to be careful about with leeks is that they grow in sandy ground.
Interesting.
So you really want to be sure that you rinse these guys up pretty well. So we'll just leave that side off to the side. I typically save this and I will drop it into a stock pot with some other veggie scraps. Make a little veggie stock. Comes in handy if you just keep that in your freezer.
Oh, it's a great idea, honestly.
Absolutely. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to pick these up and bring them over here to our colander, give them a little rinse.
Okay. And do you usually like to keep it that size, or do you like to cut them smaller, or what's the preference?
Yeah, they'll cook down a little bit when you saute them, so I like this size chop. If you do want them finer, you can do that. That's no problem at all. Now, we do have some already finished over here.
Yes, we do.
That's a good cut there.
Let's see.
All right, so we'll just set these off to the side, and we've got all of our stuff ready to go. So we can start stuffing our trout.
Grab that mixing bowl right here.
So
go ahead.
We're just gonna toss everything in. So here goes our leeks.
Yes. Red onion.
Green onion.
Yes,
This is a very oniony recipe.
Onions for days.
You know what? You may not do much smooching after this one, but it's gonna taste good.
It's gonna taste good. That's all that matters, I think, honestly, at this point.
And then here we've got some Dijon.
Okay, perfect. So grab that spoon right there. Now, is there anything else that you can use besides, or like add any other kind of flavors or any other aromatics inside your stuffing?
Absolutely. So this dish is actually traditionally done with ramps. So if you are into foraging, if you're out and about, a ramp is a type of wild onion very similar to the leek. So say you're on that hiking trip, you're going fly fishing for your trout, you can pick up some leeks along the way in the mountains of East Tennessee.
Nice.
So we're just adding a pinch of salt and pepper here to this.
Everything needs salt and pepper.
Season with your heart, folks. Just do what you love.
Exactly.
This is all really to taste. All right, so we've got this all mixed up here. So I'm gonna give it to my trusty assistant here. We're gonna saute this up in our cast iron. Drop some butter in there.
Oh, butter first. You
Always
cannot forget the butter.
First.
Okay, let's see. Do we want to do all this butter right here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got about a tablespoon of butter there. Feel free to go 2 tablespoons if you really like the butter.
Get that all
You really can't go too much butter in my mind. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna saute this up. You're looking for the leeks to get soft and translucent. That's really gonna be important for the texture of the fish going on, because they will not cook through if you stuff them into the fish first. All right, looks like that is ready to go. Bring it on back.
It smells like it too. I cannot tell y'all how good this smells right here. All right, let's set that hot pan down right there. Okay.
All right, perfect. So now what we're gonna do before we stuff it here, we just are gonna take a little extra salt on the outsides here.
Again, never too much salt or bacon.
Not in the South.
Not in the South.
Okay, and that just makes sure we have some good flavor on these guys.
Alrighty.
And I'm just making a mess as we go too.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that's the most natural part of cooking. I feel like it is supposed to be a mess.
Okay, so I will stuff one, and then you can stuff the other.
Perfect.
Okay, so you really just want to get a good layer in here.
Perfect.
Keep it on one side so you can fold her back up.
Oh, okay. Smart. And is there a certain amount, do you want it overflowing, or do you just want a nice thin kind of layer of the leeks and mixture and everything?
That is gonna be personal preference.
Okay.
I really like to leave it more of a taste.
Okay.
You know, I think when you've got such a beautiful product like this, it's good to let it shine.
Makes sense.
So I'll turn that around.
Thank
And that one's
you.
for you.
Alrighty, we'll just flip him over really quick. Beautiful looking piece of fish, and we are just gonna stuff him on this layer.
But if you did want to overstuff it, you absolutely could.
Stuff with your heart.
And
pretty
you know,
much.
if you use something larger like the asparagus, you will be a little bit more full by the time you've stuffed it.
Yes, it's right here, and we are going to cover this beautiful mixture right back up.
All right, now the important part.
Okay.
The bacon.
The bacon.
Okay, so the bacon really is a tool to help keep your trout shut while you are cooking it. You know, I'm gonna do 2 pieces of bacon per trout. If you wanna go bacon crazy, and no judgment, you can wrap your whole trout in bacon. It's just gonna cook a little bit slower if you do that.
Okay.
So totally fine. So what we're gonna do is just get under here with it.
Alrighty.
And I like to make a bit of an X shape with it, like that.
Give him some stripes.
That's right. And then we'll come back from this side.
Alrighty. Just holding in that mixture. It kind of looks like what the bacon is doing for the trout.
Do you want to wrap yours?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let us see. So I'm trying to follow your lead, and we're gonna lift him up right here, over, under.
You know, one of the good things about this, there's no right or wrong way to wrap a trout in bacon. Just
true.
get the bacon on there. You know, it's gonna be delicious.
Let's see. I think we may try to do that fat end right here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move up the rest so it holds together. Now, I don't know if my bacon wrapping skills are as great as yours, as your technique, but like you just said, I think any way you wrap a fish with bacon, I think you really can't go wrong.
Really can't go wrong. All right, we're all wrapped up. We're ready to go into the pan here. I am gonna put down just a little extra butter because again, we love butter in this house. All right. We've got some finished trout.
Yes, it looks amazing and honestly smells 10 times better. I'm so excited.
Well, a couple of troubleshooting tips because fish can be a little tricky, especially a stuffed fish. So of course we wrapped it in this bacon to try to keep that stuffing in, but a good little tip is when you go to flip it, make sure you try to flip it in the direction to where the cut side and the filled stuffing side stays up, instead of trying to flip the stuffing down. That kind of gives you some benefit of some gravity.
Yes, keeps all the good stuff in.
Exactly. Another little tip with really any kind of fish, a lot of people struggle when you're cooking fish, it sticks to the pan. And you know, I have a really good cast iron that's got a lot of seasoning in it, but you know, if you use a non-stick pan, that might help you out a little bit. Or with fish, just let it turn loose. So once it's got a nice sear on it, that skin, or if it's the skin off, it'll just turn loose. And that's when you know you're ready to flip it, because it'll let you know. And like I said, the cooking time on this one depends a little bit on the size of the actual trout. So a good indicator, make sure your bacon's cooked all the way through. And if it's a little bit bigger one, you can go ahead and sear it off and drop it into the oven to finish it off if you're not quite sure it's done yet. All right, so to finish this guy off, we're gonna do a little bit of lemon. Here's one for you.
Yum.
Okay, one for me.
All right, let's see.
A little bit of lemon on there. Watch your seeds.
Yes, don't want to eat those.
All right, fork for you.
Yes, fork for me.
Fork for me.
Okay.
And we'll just cut right on
How are
in
we
here.
going with that? I'm gonna go just a little bit off the edge, get enough of that. Okay, ready? We have to do a cheers. Only way to do it proper.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, amazing.
Not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. This stuffing is the perfect amount where you get a good layer of the fish and the stuffing right on in there. I'm gonna take another bite just to make sure it tastes as good as the one before. So good.
Still good. Still good. Now, you know, this can be really good a lot of different ways. And, you know, prepare it with some sides. I like to do mine with roasted potatoes. You could do rice as well. Some fresh summer veggies, squash, zucchini. Now, to get a beautiful trout like this, you have to get outside.
Yes.
Where can they get some more resources about recipes and to learn to hunt and fish?
So the best place is to check out Tennessee Wildlife Federation's website, and specifically the Hunting and Fishing Academy, where you can learn the best way how to hunt and fish with our workshops and virtual series. Now, once they're in the outdoors, before they get there, what do they need to get?
Gotta have a license.
Yes.
You can get those on our website, gooutdoorstennessee.com. Thanks for joining us for this quick little cooking demonstration of this beautiful stuffed trout. I'm Emily Buck from TWRA.
I'm Caroline Hageman from Tennessee Wildlife Federation. Thank you so much for joining us.